And again, Vancouver spawning on the bad side, looking to redeem themselves after that week 1, and we are underway in the match for this Berlin hardpoint as Sin City will be the first to get the time. And Gear now on the outside, looking to see if he can find anybody as he breaks in. Eggy with the kill, and Eggy looking for another one, and he does get it. As a good start here for Sin City, as another kill coming in from Fallen as they're just taking away. I mean, Vancouver's trying to get in, but they just can't do it right now. Gear sliding in, though, looking for that player, and he does get killed by a teammate. So unfortunate timing there. But, Sin City right now, 25 seconds on this hill, and Vancouver have not been able to get a sniff of it as we do go over to this P2. Vancouver does have the spawns, not an ideal start for them. Watch Shadow, number 7, trying to flip those spawns, but Vancouver looking for a big P2 hill to get back in this game.
Yeah, and like you predicted that whoever spawned on that bad side was going to have a very rough P1, and that's exactly what happened. Vancouver struggled to make anything happen there. It seemed like they were just kind of solo chatting and ultimately getting cut down, but at some point Vancouver said, all right, let's ditch that. P2 is going to be our hill, and they seem to have a good starting setup here. Outages, unfortunately, will go down as Sin City is making a push for this, but Vancouver still all over the hill. Sin City had a lot of success just staying all over the hill on that P1. Vancouver tried to replicate it, and they will have the hill in control for now. But there we go. Ian walks right in. 3 Vancouver members are in train station, and it looks like Sin City's going to stack the players again and get another really strong hold here. As Vancouver, you have one player looking towards that P3 trying to prepare, but Sin City, look at that. Like clockwork, they get off that hill, they get off the P2 hill, and they rotate right back to P3 because they know, like you said, that could be a huge money hill. They got the time they wanted to on P2, and now P3 is the name of the game.
Yeah, Outages was running for his life from 2 Sin City players. Obviously wasn't able to get away, and that did give Sin City the spawns. Right now, Eggy 7-2, now 7-3, but a hot start for him. As Vancouver now getting the spawns, they got the kills and are on time. So, I mean, that's very impressive out of them, as we alluded to. So tough to break this hill, and now they look to make it a money hill of their own. As Sin City now coming back with 2 kills and now trying to push to this point as more kills coming in. Just pushing through this front fire. Look at all these kills coming in. Shadow even taking out Eaton with a pistol as well. Still in control of spawns here for Vancouver with only 20 seconds left. And now you see the 2 Sin City players, back at this P4. As player 6 Fallen watching for this rotation over as Vancouver will try to get spawns. He will cut down the player on rotation. Sin City will have the spawns and the initial time for next as it looks, but Vancouver right now with the lead after that very shaky P1.
That's an important lead for Vancouver. I mean, you have a P1 like that, you might get your head hung low a little bit, but Vancouver, the composure is on point. They will come right back and take the lead for a brief moment, but right now they're not too far behind. Now, unfortunately, Sin City has some spectacular map control right now all over that P4 hardpoint, and Vancouver has a responsibility, not an easy task, of attacking this from the front. And Sin City, again, these are the best of the best. They know exactly where to look, and they know how to execute on those sight lines when a player walks into them, and they're doing exactly that. But as I say that, Vancouver gets some very important kills. Sin City still spawning right there, but Vancouver has 2 people on the point. Sin City just kind of hiding around the point, trying to get the Vancouver members off. They're successful one time, but number 4 gets a kill onto Fallen. That same number 4, Jay, gets another kill onto Eggy, and they get P4, but a little bit too late. Now, P5 is going to be where all the action is happening, and Sin City not going to rush into this, trying to get a few Vancouver members back into their spawns. Vancouver actually spawns P3 and has a good opportunity against these Sin City members from their backs, but meanwhile, as they set that up, Sin City is just soaking up some time on the point.
Yeah, and I mean, for Vancouver, they kind of got lucky to spawn for that P3 side because we've seen so many times that after that P4, you can kind of get trapped from that P5. Like, everybody, the team on P5 knows you're spawning there. You can get trapped. They do get the spawns. They are trying to get the scrap time. Sin City, though, going on a bit of a run to get the lead. But again, Vancouver on the timer now as we look back to this P1, which treated Sin City so well before. This time, Vancouver with the spawns, though. But watch player number 6. That's Fallen. He's coming around, trying to get the spawns, looking for the player. Does get it. Two more Vancouver players do spawn back there, so Vancouver will still control the spawns as Fallen. Getting another one, looking for more as Sin City again with this time on P1. Something that treated them so well last time. Vancouver still in control of the spawns, but not really just getting a push in as they're getting just shut down right now by Sin City. As look at this map pressure also by Sin City is Fallen pushing up, getting the kill there. Nime will get the trade. But Sin City, I mean, kind of like our last matchup, they're just making P1 a money hill, which, we don't typically see.
Yeah, P1, by the looks of it, must be Sin City itself because they will defend that area of the map till the death, and unfortunately will have to come to that as Sin City does get taken off the point by force by Vancouver. But if you're Vancouver, you still aren't happy with how that hill went overall. But you can't think about it too much as you got to rotate over to this P2. And as I say that, Sin City is just in a straight line all across P5, all across street side, and they're going to defend this hill just like they did with P1. Vancouver just attacking from the front again. The number one player in gear going to challenge this hill, gets a nice kill onto a very prone Fallen, gets a nice kill onto Eggy. That's 3 Sin City members down. You see Shadow trying to approach from Cube. Unfortunately, Nam's not able to read that, but they have the intel now. P2, they're looking all around them, and I mean, well, Sin City has the numbers. They kind of walk right in, but as I say that, Gear defends it beautifully, but unfortunately does end up getting cut down. Sin City has the point for now, but P3 is going to come into play here very soon, and for the time being, Vancouver has the spawns, but they're going to need to keep that as Fallen is looking to get those spawns right from them.
And he might have just did as he just snuck through fire. And let's see now, as it looks like, yeah, they are going to get the spawns here for this P3. Looking to make it a money hill, as it so often is. So good job there by Fallen to just, again, I think he snuck through fire, and Vancouver just could not find him. Now Gear just trying to play his life on the front of the point, but he is taken down. And Vancouver now pushing the spawns, and they will get it. So right, just like that, just like last time, it happens again as Vancouver does get the spawns. Eggy now on a 6th spree, looking for that glide bomb as he is popping off right now, seeing if he can find the kill. He is getting shot, just trying to play his life. Knows he's 1 kill off. Jake in the back there to see if he can find him. He sees him in the window, and then he does get it. That is the glide bomb secured for Eggy. And now Vancouver are now in a bit of a spawn trap, as right now it is all Sin City getting the kills, and they are trying to get out of it as they're going to rotate over to that P4 hill. Right now, Sin City, though, have a 100-point lead as they are playing really well, and they're in control for next. So right now, it's going to take something special out of the Vancouver Comets.
It's going to take something special out of the Vancouver Comets. I mean, we talked about slaying power like we always do, but I mean, look at the slaying power on Sin City's side. You have Eden going 28 and 12. That's almost a 2.5 KD. I mean, that's insane. And you also have Eggy on a 2 spree. Sin City slaying out as we speak, getting 3 Vancouver members down. I mean, slaying power has been the name of the game here. Sin City has been so good at it, and it has treated them so well as they now have a 100-point lead. Vancouver going to attack this point from the front. They don't have a lot of options as Sin City can win it here, but Sin City is just slaying out so well. That's 4 down for Vancouver. Vancouver can't make the clever play. They can't approach this point from the side. They have to run right into the point as Sin City has some seconds to spare. 7 seconds away on a 12-second hard point. That number 1 player is going to be the only one who could pretty much get a foot on it. Gear goes down. Vancouver gets slayed out. Sin City takes this in a beautiful fashion.
Sin City winning it 250 to 115 as that, I mean, that got out of hand a little bit quickly. Like, it was early, it was close early on, but Sin City just absolutely slayed. And you can see, I think it was Shadow, just literally just ego chowing a player in the train station. They were feeling it. What bomb site they hit. But again, should be an interesting matchup. Vancouver looking to bounce back after that tough hard point. But Sin City on the attack, looking over to that A site. Player 4, Shadow, watching the cross, giving the information that 2 players for Vancouver are going to be on the side. And now Fallen just waiting to see if he can find anything. He does see the player come through. Jake takes him down, though, Eaton with the immediate trade as we have a 3v3 situation. Eggy does pick up the bomb, as Vancouver obviously will know that happened. They will know where that player is, as just playing his life in here is Gear, just trying not to get picked off as two Sin City players are on him. Maybe didn't see Eggy, and Eggy's going to get some shots on him as he's just looking for help. Some players for Vancouver coming over, and that is Outages. He does get the kill. Eaton on the flank, though, gets one, looking for another player in Cubby. Doesn't know he's there, and he's going to play this outer train station. We have a 2v2 situation now. 2v1 is Eaton on the flank, the last alive, as he's going to see if he can find anybody. Both players for Vancouver spread out, as you see Naim all the way back to that P4. He knows he's on the side, just trying to see if he can find him, as they somewhat have, they could, possibly trap him, but Eaton come behind him. He might find him. He runs right into him. Eaton can't get the kill, though, and Vancouver Comets take round one.
Yeah, that was a very, very interesting of Vancouver to, when they went in a 2v1 situation, they didn't kind of stack the bomb side, because I had to think that they knew the bomb was down on A. They didn't send anybody inside that bomb site. They actually just kind of spread out on either ends and knew that that player had to come in at some point, and they were prepared to pinch if needed. So again, that's a very high level play. Very good job out of Vancouver to make that call in the middle of a round. So now Vancouver is going to have their shot on offense, and it looks like we will get some action over at B, which has potential favoring them, as Cincinnati has 3 players at A. The number 8 player, Jake, is going to get that very important kill on the Shadow, but Gear goes down. The bomb seemingly will be planted. It's a 3v3 scenario, but Vancouver certainly has the advantage with bomb down so far.
Vancouver, the seeing the cross, seeing all those players going to that A site for Sin City and taking it to this B site, as Outages get the kill. Outages gets a kill on Eggy as Eaton on Naim. 2v2 situation, falling coming from the back, sees the player and gets it. Now a 2v1 situation, as Outages is the last alive. You have player 2 Eaton kind of around the bomb site, and Outages now going to go check it, as waiting for this help. Can he get the kill on the diffuser? He will. Now trying to play his life. 10 seconds on the clock. Fallen chasing him on the site. Outages just buying time and gets the kill. Vancouver Comets coming out and going up 2-0 right now in Sin City.
Yeah, that was a great round of Vancouver. And even if that Vancouver member dropped at the end, they still didn't have enough time. So Vancouver mounted a really great defense there. And I mean, going up 2-0 in S&D against a very good team in S&D, I mean, you got to be feeling confident about how the rest of this map could play out. But of course, you still have to execute on it. So Vancouver back to defense. Like, of course, they won the first defense. And it seems like Sin City will not be changing up their strategy and will go for another A push here. You got to think Vancouver might be able to know where they're coming from based on the last attempt. Look at the Shadow and Fallen stack the stairs, and ultimately Shadow goes down at the hands of Jake. And Jake, very smart to know he's not going to take 2 gunfights in one go, backs up, tries to reset for another gunfight, and as Jake is resetting, his teammate Gear just slays out, brings it to a 2v0 situation, which is, of course, a map win for Vancouver.
Vancouver right now playing very impressively, as they just, I mean, it was a great job by Jake, as you said. Like, he backed all the way up. Like, he knew that the pressure was coming. He waited for his teammates, and right now it is a really, really good start for Vancouver. Exactly what they needed after that first round. I did find it interesting, by the way. Outages was 4-0 going into that round and did pull out the sniper. He did get killed. Obviously, still only halfway there for streaks, essentially. But, I thought maybe he would play for it. They don't. And again, getting this information, you see Vancouver switching it right back around as the player, seeing the cross, and now it's going to be another B hit. Shadow all here by himself gets the first kill, though, and again, good job just to back up. He knows that the pressure is coming. He now has that info. All the Sin City players, though, staying on that A site as Jake gets blown up by a barrel. That is really unfortunate, as now there's a 4v2 situation. The bomb is down, but Sin City with the numbers here. Shadow going on the point, getting the kill, and Outages is the last alive, and he is out of the play. As look at all these players converging on him. Sin City with the kills, and we'll get to the fuse. As I mean, that was a great job by them, because I wasn't sure what was happening. I mean, they got the information that the Vancouver was going to B. They said today they got a little bit of fortunate with that, you know, Jake dying to the barrel, but good job from Sin City to take that round.
Definitely very good job for Sin City to take that round. And that's their first round win of the map. So you're going to want to carry that momentum through to bring this to a 3-2 now that you have a turn on offense. So we'll see where they go. They have historically gone towards the A side, but obviously it hasn't really worked out for them so far. But they're not going to change up their strategy. They're going to once again hit the A side. I imagine we may see another double push on the stairs. Maybe not. Maybe just onto the site itself. And Sin City gets all up in Vancouver's business on that A side, but they will be on the losing end of those trades. 2v3 situation with Sin City having 2 players all around the bomb side. Vancouver knows that they're there. And I mean, I'm trying to see Sin City trying to push down those court stairs, maybe trying to go towards that B side or get a sneaky kill, but does get cut down. That number 3 player in Fallen has a lot of work to do. I mean, look at those Vancouver Comets. I don't know if they saw the bomb being down, but they certainly are playing like they do because they are all over that bomb. And of course, if Fallen wants to win this round, he needs to pick up that bomb. And so, I mean, Vancouver not changing their stances, looking straight ahead. Fallen probably going to get one from the back, probably going to get another one from the back. That's a big play to bring it to a 1v1. He's got to pick up the bomb now. Number 7, Nimes, knows exactly where he is. Is he going to make the read and read Fallen going to be? It seems like Nimes is going to play the retake here. Let Fallen get that bomb plant down. And, well, Nimes now has a lot of work to do on this B bomb site.
Fallen with the 2 kills on the flank, he made it interesting. Now it is all up to Nime, who now has to retake. I mean, it looked like it was Vancouver's round, and Fallen had other ideas as Nime now going to try to come through P2 as he is running out of time very quickly. Maybe trying to make some noise. I don't know if Fallen would have heard it, but only 17 seconds on the clock, and he has to go now as Nime with the pistol going to run on site. Now trying to find this outer. He's just looking for him. He doesn't know he's on site. Now he sees him. Nime in the 1v1 gunfight. Not going to be enough time to defuse, though. He does get the kill, but it won't matter. I mean, Sin City came back when it looked like it was out, and they won a very important round to make it 3-2.
Very important round for Sin City indeed. One more win, and they tied this game right back up. Currently, the owners of the momentum, Sin City, now back on defense. Vancouver, I think, has been pretty much going me this entire time. Maybe it's time for a change. Maybe it's time to catch Sin City off guard as we see this round begin. They will go towards that A bomb site seemingly. Look at that number 7 trying to play the intel. We all know that spot. And wow, they get the intel and they decide to transition over to B. They know 3 members of Sin City are on A. So this could be very interesting because they didn't know that last time where they had a big gunfight on the B bomb site. But now they're kind of expecting the defense to be weak, but Shadow might take advantage of that and rush right into the bomb site. Nimes gets an important kill. Shadow's just still kind of hovering around the bomb site in 2v3 scenario for Sin City. I don't know if they know Shadow is there. Gear now does. Unable to get a kill there. But, I mean, if you're Sin City, you have 3 Vancouver members left to go. There's only one of you, and you don't have time on your side. Shadow's going to get an important kill, but in 2v1 scenario, he's got to act quickly if he wants to get on that bomb site. But he may just be not trying to feed these players anymore. I think if he turns right behind him, he'll catch Nimes. Oh, Nimes just sitting in that window checking bomb. So, yeah, unfortunate round for Sin City as Vancouver will take their first win in 3 rounds to bring it to a 4-2 scoreline. But yeah, I mean that was a great play out of Vancouver to get the intel and then transition over once you saw 3 Sin City players going towards that A site.
Sin City, I mean, they're essentially daring Vancouver because that's not the first time we've seen that. I mean, Sin City is basically telling Vancouver, we don't want you to take this A site, go to that B site. But I mean, that round it worked in Vancouver's favor as now we are on to the swing round as Sin City Splitting their push here, interestingly enough, is you're going to see a couple players on A, a couple players on B. Nime, knowing that there's a player on cross, though, calling that information. But again, we got gunfights on the other side of the map, too. So the information coming from both sides is kills coming from both sides as well. Now a 3v3 situation. Shadow going to try to run through here as he is in the P3 area trying to find the kill. Does on Allergist, now looking for another one as the bomb is going down at this time. Jake gets the kill on Shadow, now in a 2v2 situation as Eaton pushing all the way back. The Vancouver players are grouped up right now as one player stopped fire. I don't know if he's seen him or not. He does get the kill in the back, though, on Jake. Nine now knowing that 30 seconds on the clock, trying to get the kill on Eggy, and he does get it. So Nime on a 5 spree now, expecting this player to push him. He knows he's back there, 20 seconds on the clock. Let's see if he tries to go for this defuse. He is on a 5 spree as well. That probably goes out the window here as now Eaton does see the crosses. He's going to try to get on bomb as Nime. No, I think he's going to play for the streak, which I think is a really good play. He does get the kill. I really like that play at a 9. Playing for the streak. He's now one off a glide bomb at 8-2. But Sin City does take the round and make it 4-3 in the favor of Vancouver.
Yeah, that was a great play out of Nimes. Once you see that kind of clock get in the 15-second area, if you're hovering around point, you just know that that player, if you hop on that bomb at some point, that player is going to check it and you're going to be killed. So Nime doesn't just choose to stay away from the bomb site. Nime chooses to actively hunt down that kill because he knows that Sin City Slayer is going to be all around that bomb site right around that 10-second mark. So Nimes made a very good kill, played for the streak. Strafe is G8, of course, so no streaks quite yet, but if he gets one more kill, he will have that glide bomb. That's going to be very important for closing this map out. But oh my god, Blinken, you missed it. Aggie gets 2 kills, Shadow gets 1, and it's a 4v1 with Nimes being the last one. He does secure the glide bomb, so that's going to be very important. But now in a 3v1 scenario, gonna have to pick up that bomb, but Sin City just knows that bomb is on A. They're all around the bomb site. I mean, I might not even attack this, honestly. Might just kind of play back, not feed them. But, oh my god. He's going to walk in with that sub.
That was a crazy start. I mean, Sin City just took him down. Nime now spotting a player and just running away as he's playing this very slow. Obviously doesn't want to feed the other team. Does have the streak, but now coming on the flank, he might make something happen here. Nime looking for the kill on steps. He does get it. Now going to try to run away. Make it a 2v1 situation. Make it a little bit interesting. Now going to try to go again. This might be a smart play to him as he does get seen, though, and does get chopped down. I think the most important thing there for Vancouver is the streak is secured. Having said that, though, it is now 4-4 in this game.
Yeah, it is now 4-4 in this game. I mean, Vancouver had a 3-0 start, so that means Vancouver has only won 1 of the last 5 rounds. So, I mean, if you're Vancouver, that's really not great news. But despite that, you're still 2 rounds away from winning this map. And what an important map win this would be. And like you said, Nime still has that glide bomb, which is going to for sure come into play in this round or the next. So we're going to see how Vancouver chooses to handle that. Vancouver just barrel stuffing the B bomb site. The number 1 player in Aggie walking right in, trying to get that player, and ultimately will win that gunfight. That's very important for them, despite being a 3v3 on the map. Sin City has some pretty decent map coverage for this B side. Well, actually, they kind of turned their back to it. The bomb does go down. Aggie going to be looking around that site for any immediate challenges on the side of Vancouver. He may or may not know there's players just on the other side of that building. Sin City now have just kind of holding down mid, but I mean, there's action going on the B-bomb site. The other Sin City members get that intel, head over to the B-bomb site, and in the blink of an eye, it's a 1v2 situation with time on Sin City's side. Vancouver is going to have to get this kill and defuse the bomb, but just not able to do it. Vancouver will lose this round, unfortunately for them.
Jesus, the movement of these players is unbelievable. As probably a death that, I mean, I don't know if it matters or not, but Gear getting a death to the bomb site there is, again, good stuff out of Sin City. And just like that, they take the lead after going down 3-0 to start the map. And Nine right now for the side of Vancouver is just absolutely balling out, but doesn't really seem to matter as, still only 2 rounds away for them, but match point right now for Sin City. As I said, Nine 11-4 right now, and does have that glide. So we'll see if it comes into effect here, as we know that that B building is basically made of paper. So glide bombs will go through that, and they are going to attack the site, which I think is smart because if they get it down and they need to use that glide bomb, they can. As maybe slowing it down here though. There's 2 players for Sin City in this A site, and then 2 players kind of hovering around the B site for them as well. So teams trying to play for information right now. Eaton right now in top fire, not spotting anything. He's going to wrap around to A, which does give Vancouver the shot to go B, and the glide bomb does come in from 9, gets the kill. They will be able to get this bomb down, so they use the glide bomb to get the break on to this point, and now it is always a tough defuse on this B point. Is you just see so many angles to cover to try to get those outages. Also in the back here, watching the flank, making sure nothing gets through. But Jake with the kill there on Fallen, 9 with the kill on Eggy. Now it is all left to Eaton, who is on the bomb, but just looking for the kill. It does get 1 on 9. Players converging on him. He does get killed. And with that, we are going to a round 11.
Yeah, that was a great round out of Vancouver. I mean, he saw right off the bat, Nime recognized he was the most valuable player for that round because if he goes down, they just can't use that glide bomb. So you see Nime kind of go in that train warehouse and kind of play his life until he is ready to call in the bomb. And he calls in the bomb and gets a kill. And more important than getting and then bringing it to a 4v3 situation, Vancouver was able to execute on the advantage that glide bomb gave them. So very good round out of Vancouver. But now Vancouver on defense and Sin City going to stick to their old faithful strategy and go A, but Vancouver knows it. They're all over this site. But look at that. 2 Sin City members going going up train stairs, and they managed to get a kill. And well, it's a 4v2 scenario right off the bat. 3v2 now. But, I mean, Sin City has the advantage of playing the bomb. Vancouver has to retake the bomb site that is swarming with Sin City players all around. Outages getting some shots in his back. Shadow, very important kill. Outages gets that trade though, but still 2v1 situation for Outages. He's got to be thinking somebody's on this point, and unfortunately doesn't check the secret spot as he runs in and does get cut down, and Sin City will take that round 11.
Is Sin City fighting back, winning the round 11, and great stuff out of them. I mean, they started down 3-0, and they were able to get come back and get the win. I mean, 9 went 14, they got 1 map at a time. They will start here in this Tuscan control on the offense. As looks like they will go traditional here and hit the A site. As getting some time here. As looks like Sin City might have sitting back a little bit, maybe possibly expecting that B push, but they will not get it. So Sin City, Vancouver with the initial time here, but Sin City just coming in, slaying out, doing what they do, and look at all these down in the kill feed. Shadow again taking out Eaton with the pistol, but Vancouver very close to getting this A point right away, as they will be looking to do that. But now look at this on the B point now. I mean, they are flying right now out of the gates on offense. They got a 2-man stack going right now, looking to make it 3 as Outages with the kill. Now 3 stack on that B site. They will get a tick, which is oh so important. But I mean, they're still on it. Like they could possibly get a second tick here, which would be great. Outages looking for the kill. Eaton does get them though. But will they get that second tick of progression? They do. That is going to be very important going forward. And now getting that A site, potentially Gear though getting killed. A couple kills going on the way of Sin City. And Sin City will prevail right now on that B point, but a very impressive start right now for Vancouver.
Very impressive start for Vancouver indeed. They went the traditional route, as you mentioned, of going towards that A site. Sin City, quite honestly, looks scared to death to let anything happen on that B site to start the map. And well, nothing did end up happening on that B site until Vancouver got taken off that A site, and they made a great rotation on the B. Now 2 ticks on both points. Sin City kind of content to let Vancouver have this A point, as they do have 3 members on it. Sin City will try to pick off these members as they come around and swing over to B. Sin City has a solid hold on B for now, but I mean, Vancouver only needs 1 more tick on that site. So I mean, this round, this offensive round for Vancouver, this very important round on control for Vancouver is just one four-man down away from being decided. But of course, Vancouver is going to have to execute on that. And right now, Sin City is just reading them very, very well with a very, very nice live advantage.
Yeah, they are up 4 right now as we speak. But as you said, I mean, what a round offensive round win to start could do for you. As again, I mean, that would be great as outages with the kill there, as they're looking to go to this point. As again, only needing one more tick of progression, as they are kind of going around this point. Eggy though, with the 2-piece there, Naim in the back, trying to get the kill, and wow, Eaton absolutely stifles them there. As it looks like he had him dead the rights, but he did. Eaton said, "No, not today." As Gear now trying to just play this plat. Outer just now on a 5 spree though. As we'll see if that happens. And now with a couple down, they will have a player run through the point. And I mean, look at Vancouver though. I mean, they are grouping up and now trying to get that stack in. As a couple players down. No respawns remaining though. They do get the kill Sin City, and that should do it with just 2 lives remaining, and those players way out of the play. Eaton with a kill on Gear, and Naim will get taken down. So although Vancouver had a promising round, Sin City bounces back, and they also had a pretty good lives advantage too.
Yeah, Sin City just barely managing to clutch that round up, but clutching that round up nonetheless. That would have been a huge win for Vancouver, as I'm sure many know. It's almost kind of expected for you to lose offenses in control and win the defenses. So, I mean, Vancouver winning that offense, which is ultimately like instantly put them up at a great advantage. But unfortunately, it doesn't happen. Sin City will have the overall live advantage for now. Vancouver running up a defensive here. It just kind of looks similar to what Sin City do with the wraparound once they realized there was no push towards B side. But unfortunately, Vancouver does get cut down before they could get any kills off of Sin City. And I mean, if you're Vancouver, you might just kind of think, let them have A. We need to focus on B. Seems like those two Vancouver players really want to catch some kills on the wraparound. But it seems like it'll be a mixy fight full of trades over there. But all right. Vancouver, you're back in your spawn. It's time to protect that B point at all costs, and it seems like they're going to be doing just that. You have Eggy pushed up in arches, looking for a player that ultimately is not coming right now, and Vancouver all around his B site, in P5, in top radio, looking back tank. Sin City gonna flood right through back tank. We'll get important 3 kills, but Vancouver is going to spawn right there. Sin City doesn't have a lot of time to breathe, but they're doing as much as they can, as quickly as they can with the opportunities they've created for themselves. Look at that. Sin City all around the B point, but ultimately Vancouver spawning there is just too powerful for Sin City, and now Sin City is going to have to regroup.
Eaton's still in the back, which is interesting. Is look at that spawn there, as there was a player pushing up. But yeah, I mean they have Vancouver spawning in church, and they have got a lot of kills. Do have the lives advantage again at 6, so they are looking good if it goes to that round 5 defense as of right now. But still a lot of round left. As Eaton's still in the back, as he's gonna find another kill, and now Shadow finding kill, fallen. That's 3 down. As the last alive here is gonna just have to play his life. But again, look at these spawns. As I think that the players literally spawned right next to Eaton. I don't know if he was visible to it, but he is just creating chaos back here. He will eventually get killed. And you got all these Sin City players in church trying to flood the back again, possibly. As Nine will find a kill of his own. And right now, I mean, 33 seconds on the clock. Vancouver with 8 lives left. We'll see if that comes into play for the rest of this round. Sin City, though, a little bit spread out right now, as they're going to probably look for one more push. They do find a kill in church, as Eaton finds Jake. Outages, though, will find Shadow. Gear with a kill on Eaton, and Naim following up with Eggy. So a really good hold. It should be here for Vancouver. Again, they are down in lives. They kind of brought it back, though, in the end, as only down 3. But after first offensive round, the kill's not on their sides. But yeah, a hold that they desperately needed.
Yeah, they desperately needed that hold for sure. I mean, Vancouver did a good job bringing back the live feed, as you said, the live scoreline rather, and but like it's still not a great scenario on the lives front for Vancouver, as I believe they did end the first round down as well. So Sin City still has a advantage going across the rounds, and we'll see if that comes into play in a round 5 of Control. But the way things are headed, it looks like Sin City will get that defense. Of course, Vancouver has 2 more rounds, 2 more opportunities to clutch up instead. Look at that A push from Vancouver. Sin City again, really, really, really scared of them going for that B push, going to wrap around just like last time, but this time sort of get cut down on the way. And well, Vancouver gets an important 2 ticks over there. This is kind of looking parallel to the last round. I mean,
Oh,
2 ticks
Jake.
on A, players wrap around to B, and well, it looks like they're gonna go for kills. Honestly, try to slay out a little bit, as that final A tech looks like it's going to come through, unless Sin City is gearing up for a big attack here. One player from Sin City on A point will clear that, but it looks like Vancouver really, really, really wants to get this A point. They're going to need to get Eden out of that mid alley position. They're going to have to look at Eggy in mid and fallen right behind him. And wow, Eden gets 2 kills. Shadow gets another one. That's 3 down for Vancouver. I mean, if you're Vancouver, you could go for the B site, but I mean, you're going to need that extra time if you want to mount a really good B offensive, and Vancouver, I think, realizes that. And I mean, they're very committed to getting this A. The number 1 on B will stall time, but ultimately will get cut down. So it's going to be very important they secure A in the next 30 seconds, but Sin City all around it, and their priority is just keeping Vancouver off it. So this is very important for Vancouver.
Yes, I mean Sin City with the just map pressure that is just absolutely shutting Vancouver down right now. And now Jake trying to find a kill, he will. So possibly, I was gonna say possibly getting that point, but the grenade comes in the contest. I mean, Sin City is not giving this up, and why would you? As look, only 7 lives left for Vancouver. Make that 6 gear. Trying to find the last player. The contest comes in. They still haven't gotten it. Jake now trying to get on point. Just a little bit left, but no respawns remaining. Sin City is absolutely just killing them right now. They're balling out with a 9 live lead right now, falling with another kill. 6 seconds on the clock as it looks like, I mean, it looks like for the whole round that Vancouver's going to get it. They're still not getting it as a contest comes in. Eaton still pushing this. I mean, they do not want to get this up. And again, only 3 lives remaining for the side of Vancouver as the contest is in right now. 9 with the other kill. The point will finally go down. But now a 3v8 situation, and the team kill comes in at a very bad time. Outer is the last alive. He is taken down. Sin City was fighting that round, man. They did not want to give up A.
They did not want to give up A. And yeah, like you said, it looked like Vancouver was at any point during the match just like 1 second away from capturing A. But Sin City managed to keep them off it. And honestly, at this point, more importantly, managed to get a very convincing life lead on top of the one they already had. So this is a really, really tough spot for Vancouver. Not only do you have the pressure of not being able to relax on this round, not being able to know that if you don't win this round, you'll still have another one. You have to win this round. You may or may not overcome the life disadvantage you have right now. And if you don't, you're going to have to get in offense on that round 5. And well, Vancouver 2 down so far. Sin City all around this A point is going to take up some really great sight lines to defend it. But look at that number 6 and Fallen just on or around that B bomb site, going to almost get to kill Bottom Church. But you saw him try to do everything he can to support his teammates by getting a kill where he was least expected. Unfortunately for Sin City, although the live feed is tied, they weren't able to get much success on that A point, but they're trying for B right now. Vancouver, look at that. They read it, they turn immediately to B. B is a very, very hot point for both teams, it seems, in this game. Vancouver getting all the necessary kills to keep Sin City off that B bomb site, but as that's happening, Shadow on A is almost getting a second A tick on there. It's going to be up to Fallen to finish what he started. Fallen gets a very important kill. Might get cut down by Jake, who's now pushing up. Fallen gets that kill too. Tremendously important. And wow, look at that. A is going to be completed, it seems like, unless Vancouver just rushes in. But they also have the pressure of B having progress too. The number 2 player in nines is going to try to catch another player pushing up, but ultimately gets cut down. B site is well defended so far, but I mean, Sin City has the map coverage and has the tactical strategy to make this happen.
Yeah, Sin City all but guaranteed the defensive round for round 5, but they would like to close it out here, of course. But Vancouver right now standing and holding pat. Eaton right now, by the way, for Sin City, 36-19, as he is absolutely slaying for them. As Allard is looking for this kill on to Eaton, and he does get it. So again, right now, since Vancouver doing a good job as Outages with another one. So he's just holding it down. Now pushing in the mid on the 5 spree, trying to just play his life as much as he can to get that health back up, and he does. Now looking for this player, can't find him, and as the player runs past him. Eaton with another pistol kill there on his own teammates. There's a couple times we've seen that, but yeah, again, good job right now for Sin City. For Vancouver. They're shutting it down to Sin City now. Looking to push the B point. There's a couple down in the feed now, and could be the opportunity for them. 8-8 in the life count. As Shadow with the kill there on gear. And again, looking to just create that map pressure to put Vancouver in uncomfortable situations. As Shadow gonna find another one here on gear. And he find Outages. He cannot. Outages with the kill. 6-5, the life count advantage for Vancouver. Again, it's all but guaranteed for Sin City that they're getting defense, so they can push this, at will, and try to get this long life push. Eaton with the kill there on Outages. Lives 5-5, 12 seconds on the clock. As no respawns right now for Vancouver. A couple kills though for Vancouver now as they shut down Sin City. Lives though 2-2. Shadow trying to get on point, and he does stop that timer with 2 seconds left. Now looking for the kill on Jake, can't get it. Now trying to just play his life, trying to wait for his teammate, but it's just going to be too late. As Fallen, I think it was, just could not get back on point, and we are headed to a round 5.
We're headed to a round 5. Almost certainly Sin City has defense, and that's going to be something Vancouver is going to have to overcome if they want to win not only this map, but this series. So very important 5 minutes coming up for that team. But, I mean, let's talk about how not only does having a life advantage give you the opportunity to have a very good round 5, like you said, it also gives you the opportunity to also make plays you may not always be making in control. They knew whatever they did, they were going to still have the life advantage. And you saw Sin City pushing that to the end and almost taking the round as a result. Vancouver could never rest. So that's just another way having a solid life advantage is going to help you even before the round 5 begins. But now that we are in round 5, look at that. Vancouver, not really doing anything spectacular on the lives front, but they already have A site capped. And look at that, number 1 in gear is already on B with Sin City now trying to have to play the retake of their own point. That's a good start from Shadow. Shadow's going to have to get this kill too. Ultimately does not. His number 4 player, although is alone and not willing to push on the point yet, Vancouver knows they need to slay out right now, and they're doing just that. Finally, some slaying power out of Vancouver in this map. 26-20 in the live count. Vancouver getting an important kill on the Fallen, but they still need to clear out the back if they want any hope of capturing this point. Look at that, number 4 and 2 stack on patio. They get 1 kill. They aren't able to get the second, but number 7 surrounded again by Vancouver players. They ultimately get that kill, but they trade out some of their map coverage as Vancouver just seems to be one by one getting sent back to their spawns.
Yeah, Outages was on the 6th spree looking for the 7th. Couldn't get it though. As you've seen him, he's seen his teammates go down and he was backing up, but he does get cut down. They don't get that streak, which could have been so important. But I mean, right now, Sin City only with 14 lives remaining. I mean, it could definitely come into play. Naim is just continuing to get kills, Eaton with a kill on Jake, and a couple of unfortunate events, and that is a clean 4 down for the side of Sin City. As now they will look to maybe push up and get some map pressure here on Vancouver. Only 55 seconds left on the clock. Again, Vancouver with the lives advantage, but now they, probably not going to come into effect till the time that's passed. Now you're looking for a push to get on this point. Jake going to try to find two players there, but it is shut down. as Outages will also can take it on. That is another couple down here as Gear does find his way through as he slips through the cracks. Now just waiting for his teammates as all those Sin City players spawning on that field side. And again, just waiting for his teammates. Eggy, though, bottom P5 gets the kill through the wood. And again, a good job from them. Now Shadow trying to get behind. Unfortunately, fails that jump. So now you're going to see these Vancouver players coming from behind. Only 16 seconds on the clock, but they do get on time to stop it. That's player 1, Gear. Just trying to stop the clock. He does get killed, though. Now 14 seconds on the clock. And it's going to come down to this as the glide bomb from Eaton comes in and gets 2. That is absolutely massive. Vancouver's got to do something now. There's only 5 seconds left. They got to try to throw themselves at point, and Sin City's going to be ready for it. It looks like it is going to be shut down, and Sin City wins the map and the series as they win the series 3-0.
Yeah, that was just a great map out of Sin City and a great series out of Sin City. Obviously, taking the Diamond Week 2 dub and going up 2-0 in the division so far. However, I mean, look at that. Eden 44 and